For more on this, we're now joined by the South African National Taxi Council, KZN Provincial Manager, Sifiso Shangase, and he joins us via our video link. Sifiso, thank you so much for joining us here in SABC News this evening. Of course, it is the festive season, and many people are making their way home or to their holiday destinations. And of course, as Santako, what will you be prioritizing when it comes to the safety of passengers during this festive season?
Good evening to you, Mbali, and good evening to the listeners at home. As Santako in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, our main priority is to ensure that our commuters reach their destination being safe, and we also want to ensure that we reduce road carnages that involve minibus taxis on the road as drastically as we can, as the leadership within the minibus taxi in the province of KwaZulu-Natal.
And what plans have you put in place to ensure that, travelers will indeed be safe should they opt to use a minibus taxi for their destination?
First and foremost, what we did was we had a refresher course for our Shangomela guys who are minibus taxi operators, but looking after their affairs as well as the safety of our minibus taxis on the road. And the course itself included breathalyzer teaching, whereby they will be in a position now to even take the breath of the drivers and ensure that the alcohol or ethanol on the body of the driver is within the limit. And that on its own has been a plus to us, because previously we never got a training on breathalyzers, because we realized that one of the causes of these incidents and accidents is merely drivers who are drunk on the road. And we've now taken a step further to say our Shangomela ambassadors are required then to be taught how to utilize a breathalyzer. And these type of breathalyzers have been ordered from Germany, and they are called Traeger, and they're doing a sterling job, because you are able now to detect whether there is ethanol on the body of a person, and over and above that you would require a person to blow, so that then you find out whether the alcohol is within or above the required, the required scale within the body of a person. And if it's above that, then we will take actions whereby the driver will never be required to drive the vehicle, and we'll organize another person to drive that vehicle. Or alternatively, we organize another vehicle that will be able then to transport our commuters to their respective destination.
And when it comes to minibus taxis, Sifiso, I know that, the adherence to rules of the road is always a major point, especially for passengers. And, when it comes to ensuring that, taxi drivers do abide by the rules of the road, how will you ensure that actually that does take place?
Before the vehicle even leaves our taxi ranks, we have road marshals, and these marshals, their responsibility is to ensure that the vehicle itself complies. We need to have permits which would allow vehicles then to be able to commute our commuters to their respective destinations. And it is the responsibility then of the road marshal as well as the operators who are operating within that particular route to ensure and check if those vehicles comply with regards to the Road Management Act as well as National Land Transport Act. First and foremost, you need to have an operating license for a vehicle then to move to a specific destination, and it is the responsibility then of the association to ensure that their vehicles do comply with such. And over and above that, our Shangomela unit plays a major role, and we also have joint roadblocks with various law enforcement agencies, whereby in those roadblocks we are also participating in ensuring that our vehicles do comply. And another thing that we also focus upon is the issue of a number of passengers who are supposed to be ferried with our vehicles, as well as with their items which they would want to take along with them, especially the luggages. That is another issue, that we do not want to see passengers sitting with luggages within a minibus taxi, but we are encouraging our members to hire trailers so that luggages are packed apart from the commuters, because that could be a health hazard as well. These are the things that we are preaching to our drivers, as well as we are ensuring that people are adhering to them so that we avoid any incident or any health hazard which might take place within a minibus taxi. And last but not least, in some of the minibus taxis, we've got cameras, and these cameras have been installed for a purpose. Cameras are there to ensure that they become a deterrence to the drivers to drive within the speed limit. 2, customer care. 3, they will also even assist us if there are any incidents within the minibus or any items that are lost. We could be able then to follow through. And there are these mechanisms and intervention strategies that our leadership has brought into forward so that we could be able then to minimize as we can in this festive season incidents or accidents that involve minibus taxis in KZN.
Yeah, and of course, some of the accidents are always caused by fatigue of drivers, be it motor vehicles or minibus taxis. And of course, when drivers drive long distances, fatigue always comes to the fore. How will you ensure that, your drivers do rest when necessary so that they don't leave the lives of others in jeopardy?
Our motto this time, we are saying lives first, then profit next. And when we are interpreting that literally, we are basically saying in instances whereby our drivers feel fatigue, we've given them a leeway to rest. And then eventually, while they're resting, they will probably be required to stretch their feet, drink water, or even sleep in some instances where the need arises, because we've realized that fatigue also plays a major role in these road carnages and incidents. And as the leadership, we've always been able to create awareness about these causes of incidents and carnages. And we are very much encouraging our drivers, as well as the commuters who are within the taxi itself. If they realize that the driver is feeling sleepy, they also need to play a major role to actually tell the driver that you can please take a rest of about 45 minutes or so, and then we continue with our journey. But we're encouraging our drivers to ensure that they stick onto the rules of the road, and then beyond that, we're also encouraging the drivers to rest and comply then with the regulations. Because if you are able then to comply, we could be able then to reduce drastically any accidents or incidents on the road.
And how have drivers reacted to some of the interventions which have been made by Santaco to ensure that not only they are safe, but the people that they are transporting to their various destinations are safe? Well,
you could feel that the majority of them are very much happy, because in some instances they will always allege that the operator or the owners are pushing them so that they make more profit or more money. But in this instance, our motto is saying safety first and then profit next, because by virtue of being able then to comply, you are saving lives, you are also saving the vehicle, which is definitely going to be making more money for you in the near future. And the lifespan of the vehicle is being protected, and even the commuters themselves, with whom when they are now intending to come back, we can still be able then to ferry. Hence, we are pushing for safety first and then profit next. And the drivers are very much happy, because even if they do these loads, they are still going to get their wages. As is, there isn't going to be any changes, not unless they themselves are intending to make more money, which is not going to be given to the owners or the operators of the vehicles. But this time, we are all encouraging our drivers to adhere to the rules of the road so that they are able then to go back to their respective homes, because they are all loved by their loved ones. Safety first, profit next.
All right, Sifiso, thank you so much for your time and your contribution. That is Sifiso Shangase. He is the South African National Taxi Council, KZN Provincial Manager.